Tracy here. I hope you're having a fabulous day. As you can tell, our episode started at 10 o'clock this morning, or I released it at 10 o'clock this morning. And we're starting our first week of doing 2 episodes. And pray for me, because this is a stretch for me out of my comfort zone to try to do 2 at a time. But I just really feel in my heart, I wanted to kind of split up what I've been doing as far as the first one, like today, is going to be strictly makeup, and then the second one is probably going to have some makeup in it, but it'll be more of self-talk, self-care, that type of thing. So I thought we could split it up. Maybe it wouldn't be so long. So this first episode might be a little bit longer just because I'm discussing things and I have a few things I want to show. But anyways, I just hope that you enjoy these episodes and that they really bless your heart. If you have any questions or comments, you can message me or you can comment, and I will respond back to you as soon as I can. If you have any ideas or suggestions, I would love for you to let me know that, because I want to do this for you. I want this to be something that will help you. So it's not about me, it's about who I'm helping. And of course, I have ideas that I'm working with and trying to incorporate into this, but if you have any suggestions, please let me know, okay? And I really appreciate it, and I'm sure others would appreciate it as well. Anyways, I'm doing great. I haven't really gave an update on my goals yet, as far as I'm still drinking water, still struggling doing it, but I'm doing it. It's not up to where I'd like it to be, but I'm trying. I'm eating healthy. I'm trying to do a little bit of walking. I have chronic back pain issues along with every other American here, and it's just been really tough for me to walk any long distance. So I have to do a little bit at a time until they figure out what they're going to do with me. Which right now it's no surgery. It's not recommended, and so we have to try other things to try to relieve my pain. In fact, I do have a procedure coming up on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, that hopefully it might help with some of this pain. So I'm just kind of praying that this would help take care of it, so I can do some more walking and get moving more. Because I have I even signed up with the YMCA. And so I can go there and work out and stuff, or try to work out, at least walk, maybe, just to get a little moving, because I'm in the north, okay? And it's like below freezing, and of course we're warming up now, but it's been so cold you can't walk outside hardly. So I needed to go somewhere where I could walk. So anyways, my goal, I'm working on my goal, and so far, everything's looking good. I'll give more of an update on that at another time. But I've had a great weekend, and I'm really excited about this whole 2 episode a week thing. So I'm trying to divide it so it's going to work out for everybody. And so I'm really excited about that. And I hope you're excited, because that means that you'll be seeing me twice a week versus once a week if you watch both episodes. But if not, you have a choice. You can watch the first one, which is strictly makeup, or watch the second one that is makeup and self-care and self-worth and that type of discussions. It's up to you, however you want to do it. You can watch both. I would love it. And I would love it if you would subscribe and like this video as well. That would be fabulous. Anyways, I thought I'd throw that in there. So, first of all, we're going to start off by watching. I have a video up here that's going to appear here. And it is latest makeup trends that are coming out, latest makeup releases. So I thought I'd just share some with you so that you would know what you're watching for and what to be on the lookout if you're looking for specific brands or colors. So these are just, and I'm telling you, these are just a tiny bit of what's being released. There is so much makeup out there that you would not believe. I was so in a box when I was doing my makeup because I never really looked online at makeup companies. I just bought what was on the shelf in a drugstore or at Target. But I'm telling you, there's so many different makeup companies, and they're not all expensive. Some are very reasonably priced. They just don't sell in the store, or they're from out of country, or they're like home based, you know. So there's just a lot. So I just thought I'd showcase some of them and show you. You know, it's not fair. I just thought I'd show you that are next month. We'll have to spend your Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that little brief intermission of makeup releases and upcoming releases, or ones that have just been released. Like I said, there's just so many types and so many brands. And I would just really highly suggest, if you know you're wanting something new, that you really look at reviews to see what they're like. I mean, I know some of the brands, but there's some that I haven't been able to try yet. But that's how I look for mine. I look at the reviews, or I ask people, or look at some of the makeup artists, their reviews. I've not had really any, well, I have disagreed with some of the reviews that I saw, you know, but it's personal choice, really, what works for you versus what works for somebody else. But I would highly look for the reviews on some of the companies, because they're not very well known, but that doesn't mean they don't have good products. I mean, some of their products are better than the stuff that you get high end. So, yeah, you just have to do research with it. So I hope you enjoyed that episode, or how do I want to say it, that little intermission that, and I will try to keep doing that. I may not do it every episode, as far as every Tuesday or every Monday. I'm sorry, I won't do it on Thursdays, but I may not do it every Monday, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so the next thing I would love to talk to you about is we're gonna do tonight. All right, and I decided I wanted to do 2 eye techniques for you, one on each eye. And I'm going to use 2 different palettes to do that. And I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do. I will put it in the description section, what exact colors I used, if you're curious about that. I have not practiced these before doing this tonight. So, well, I'm doing this tonight. You'll get it on Monday. But I haven't done this. I haven't practiced these colors. I've kind of worked with them a little bit. So, so I hope you enjoy it and you learn something new and you try it. And it doesn't have to be these colors. It can be any colors. The main thing is that, well, I'll tell you about each technique, what I wouldn't do with them and what I would do with them. Okay. There are lots of other techniques you can use. I don't even know if these techniques have a name, to be honest. But I've seen them done on different makeup artists, and they just give a different look. Okay, so first let me just tell you about the first one we're gonna do here. Okay, so for my right eye, I will be using the Winx W-I-N-X Club palette from Colourpop. And I'll show you that right now. Okay. It's a wonderful palette. I don't know who the Winx Club is, to be honest. I just like the colors in it. So, and there is a good mixture of shimmers and mattes, and of course a few glitters. It's a really good palette. I have not had any issue. My only thing I wish they would have done was, as you can see, the blue purple colors. There's nothing really to go with it. I would have liked a matte color to go with it, in my opinion, because at the very corner of the glitter one, it's purple and pink. And I'm sure you can use the pink at the other end, but I just would have wanted another like matte purple or something to go with it. But tonight the colors I'm using are Nature's Symphony, Charmix, and Andros. And as you can see, I should be pointing to them. Sorry, I have not timed this out. So I could be already beyond and not knowing, but, and then of course for the left eye, I'll be using the Rock Candy Eye palette from Colourpop. There is also a good mix of mattes and shimmers and glitters, and I love the glitters, but that's just me. I like sparkly, so glitters and shimmers are my thing. But I'll be using the colors Ring of Fire, So Tuff, and Stone's Throw. Both of these palettes are marked on the inside of the palette, and I'm not sure the other one is, but I know the Rock Candy palette box that it came in is also marked on the box as well. So that's good, because I can't stand it when they don't put the names on the palettes directly, you know. Okay, so that's that. So we're going to get started then. All right, so let's do the Winx Club first on my right eye. Now, I do have to take off my glasses for this one. Oh, I tell you, trying to see. So if I'm squinting, I'm trying, just, you know, give me, you know, some space, okay? I'm going to start, first of all, we're going to do from, on the right, we're going to do dark, light, the shimmery, and then lighter, a lighter matte actually. You can reverse that. You can do the shimmer, a light matte, and a dark matte, however you want to with this particular technique. It's very easy to do. So I just ask that you just follow along. Okay, so first we're gonna do, I think we should start off with the dark. I think that might be the best. That way we know what exactly we're looking for. Now, like I said, you can use any combination in here. And, sorry, I do have to have a mirror to do this. And you're just going to take it and go all the way up. That's all you're going to do. So far, so good. I don't see any fallout, so that's good. It's kind of tough, I'll be quite honest. These mattes from Colourpop do tend to have a lot of fallout. But I don't care. But I've been noticing the last few palettes I've had that there's been just a lot of fallout. Okay, so I'm going to really try to make this a little bit darker. And I'm just going up to a point where, you know, I've got hooded eyes, so you want it to be able to see. So, okay. All right, and make sure that this goes all the way to this side. Okay. All right, the next we're going to do is the shimmer. some of these, I don't know if you've noticed on some of these pans that you have to kind of rough them up just a tiny bit to get some of the product on your brush, and don't feel like you're doing anything wrong by having to do that. But I noticed there were some palettes that people were having trouble getting color on their brush, but you have to kind of rough up that. It's almost like there's a coating on the pan, so you have to break through that just a little bit. Okay, it's so pretty. Wow. So pretty. Now, I would not recommend using glitter with this. You can use shimmer, because you'll see what I'm about to do. And of course you can do it in all matte colors if you want. Just packing it on, just making sure I got enough color in here. And I really want this to just be showcased in the middle there. Okay. I think that pretty much tells or shows what you're doing. Okay. Okay, so I think we'll just do this one here. Okay. Yes, I talk to myself, my brushes. It happens sometimes. All right, this is a light matte I'm putting in here. It's just a very light matte. So you can see the difference in color a little bit. Now these light ones are very almost similar, but if you didn't have the shimmer there, you would probably think they were the same color. Okay. One thing you can do, if you want to, you don't have to, you can always put a little bit of color on the inside, of course. And it's going to look weird, but it's part of the color coordination. You want it to stick out, right? Okay. So, let me get a brush here, and this is what we're going to do. You guys, you know, I don't know the numbers or the names of these brushes. I'll be quite honest. I do need to get more better with that, because I don't know them. And it's hard. It's hard when you don't know the colors or the brushes and stuff, and which ones do what. I know some of them, but some of them are the same. They do the exact same thing. So my advice on brushes is do what you want to do with them. Whatever works best on a certain shadow, go for it. Because I know, like with the shock shadows from Colourpop, or the jelly shadows from Colourpop and other makeup brands, they work better with certain brushes. So you have to figure that out. But in general, I mean, you do what works for you for brushes. Okay, you ready? Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to come from the end, and we're going to just kind of blend this all right in here. And there you go. And it just blends it to being different color. It might make it a little bit darker. this one here. I'm going to just do a different, kind of a different brush here. Get rid of some of that, okay. Make this more blended easier because I'm noticing it's, especially here, it shouldn't have open, but anyways. Use whatever brush you feel is good. And there you go. So you do see some of the dark here and the shimmery and light. And you're blending it to make it all kind of go together, but yet you still have the divided sections. I think it's pretty. I do think it's pretty. I'm glad it's not too extreme, like dark. It's a pretty light color, I think. It would be a pretty good color for summer, or if you're wearing something green, like I'm kind of wearing something green. And of course I put the yellow in the corner there, but you don't have to do that. It just happened to be in the same section as the palette, and I'm like, that's interesting. All right, very good. So that's the first palette that we're working with. And the second palette is the Rock Candy palette. This one is easy. Probably the easiest thing you will be able to do. And I'm just cleaning a brush here, sorry. And really, you only need probably 2 colors. That's it, probably 2 colors. All right, and I'm gonna try to do it with a bigger brush. Let's see what kind of color I get here. And you're gonna take the gray color and you're going to blend it out all the way up to your brow. Okay. Like I said, I hadn't practiced these before now. You're just going to blend it out. Remember the hooded eyes, right? You want to be able to see that color, so you have to go above your normal crease line so that it shows, you know. Not unless you want to be walking around with like this all day. It's kind of creepy, isn't it? Okay. All right, I think that's pretty good. I'm trying to get some down there. I didn't do too much of the underliner, but I'll get back to that too. Sorry, see? All right, so the next thing we do, is do the center, and all it is I'm taking this glitter now. Let me grab this one thing. I'm going to grab my setting spray and spray it on my brush, because that's, you know, that's the easiest way to get this to work the best you can, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and just spray this brush down to get that glitter to stick. Now, you can also put on your eye glitter primer, that will allow it to stay even better, and it shouldn't fall out with that, which I'm waiting for it in the mail actually, because I want to try it. But all right, so we're gonna do this glitter. Okay. And you're gonna go right smack dab in the center. So here you are. You can do that. Now, I noticed that some of it's going into my crease and above. That's okay. But it gives the look and the appearance. I mean, it just looks really good. Really, I think I like the classiness of it. I did add another color you can add into it. I didn't do this, but you can leave it just like this. So if you had, let's say, a light color, a pastel color, and then like a really light matching glitter, you can just do those two and just leave it like that. There is another option for this particular thing you can use, is a darker. Do another darker color. So this one is, it's a light black, okay? And I'm just gonna do this, and all I'm doing is putting in the corner of my eye. If you feel like you want something a little more dramatic, which would be the same as just doing what I normally do, right? You know, so something like that. If you feel you need to have something more dramatic. But yet, I don't think it takes away from the rest of the eye either. It just adds to it. So you see the difference, how different the colors are here? Right? And so those are the two eye techniques I wanted to show you. I hope you can try one of or the other one this week. I'm going to finish with doing this eyeliner here, and I think we're going to go with this bottom one here because I did not finish it. But okay. And so if you have any questions about any of it, you know, feel free to ask me. I'm not, you know, I've said this before, but I'm not a makeup artist. So, you know, but I do know some things from experience and from myself watching tutorials, which I'm sure some of you probably watched more than I have watched. But, you know, I've had to use it. I've had to do it myself, these different things to try to look nice. Now, I mean, some of this, you know, obviously if you have to go to work, I don't know what you do. You may have to, you could do something on the left and make it look even classier and do that for work. I don't know about the one on the right here, if it would be, you know, considered, you know, something you would want to do for a job, not unless you got a matching outfit or something. Okay. So I'm just finishing up both my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and use some of this glitter here. Just going to try and do some of this glitter here in the bottom. too hard to do it. I've got glitter on both eyes. Then there was one more I was gonna do here to show you. I'm going to add in this corner. I really do recommend getting these big palettes because you can do so many looks with them. Okay, all right, so what we're gonna do next, one final thing is you want to try to get if there's any fallout out. So I see fallout here. So I'm going to try my best to get this fallout off my face. And it's not bad. Really, it's not bad. I mean, I would have suspected there would be more glitter everywhere. There's not. And finally, so I did my eyebrows before I came on today. So let me go ahead and show you. Let me just go ahead and do my mascara real quick and have a little chat. All right, so this is about this episode is about today, is to do this. If you have any suggestions for future episodes, please let me know. I know I keep asking, but it's difficult because I don't want to do something if it's boring, too boring. I know I feel like sometimes when I talk too much, people get bored with me, my talking. For this, I am not doing any specific eyeliner. I don't think you necessarily need it. I mean, you could do one if you had a darker. I mean, I do have a dark pencil I could use on this eye if I wanted to, but you don't have to. You don't have to. Okay. Yeah. And of course, with this gray one, you don't have to use eyeliner as well. What I do on the bottom is, you don't have to put anything on the bottom, by the way. You know, they suggest it makes you look, older if you do that. So I just don't normally do it. I've learned not to, or put it part of the way. That's kind of what I try to do, but used eyeshadow instead of eyeliner. And it works that way. If you take like a shadow, wet your brush and then stick it in the powder, that kind of wets it, and you can use it as an eyeliner that way too. Okay. All right, I think I've got what I was going to do here. As far as my there you go. So I told you about the different options you can do with either one. And like with this one, like I said, I chose an optional darker shade to put there. You don't have to. You can just use the two shades that match and just do it this way, and you're good to go. So this one, obviously you could do pink, pretty pink, purple, blue. You can do it with any colors. Brown would be totally fine. Get yourself 3 shades of brown if you don't know how to blend it, and then that's pretty easy how to do that. But other than that, I really enjoyed doing this, and I'm going to close my eyes so you can see that what it looks like with the 2 different colors, the 2 different techniques that I use, the difference between the 2. And if they're kind of sloppy, that's my fault, because like I said, I hadn't tried it before I came on, because I want it to be real life. I don't want to sit there and I should have, I suppose it wouldn't be a problem to practice, but I kind of wanted to do it live so you could see what I was doing. But other than that, I hope you have a blessed day, and please come back on Thursday. I have no idea what we're going to talk about yet. It generally hits me the day before, and I know it'll be a good topic. And we'll have some makeup in there too, so just so you know, it's not going to be completely without having any makeup in it. But other than that, have a blessed day, have a blessed few days, and I will see you here on Thursday. Bye.